you, Mr Speaker.
I call the Honourable Member Denise Roach. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Thank you. I rise to speak to the Local Government Auckland Council Amendment Bill brackets number 2. The Greens will be supporting this bill. This bill makes the transitional provisions for the powers, duties and responsibilities of local boards in the Auckland Super City permanent. They have, since they were enacted in 2009, been transitional arrangements. We all know that the Super City was the government's biggest experiment. The legislation that enacted the forced amalgamation was a rushed job, and we've just heard from the previous speaker about some of the things that were left out and confused. And the pace of change that has ensued has given rise to a huge amount of work for councillors, local board members and council officers. In the less than 3 years since the Super City was enacted, the Council, which is made up of the 21 local boards and the governing body, which are the councillors, during that time they have completed a 30-year spatial plan. The 21 local boards have developed 3-year plans and have negotiated 3 times for their local board agreements. The Council has drafted the unitary plans, which closed for submissions last week, and which of course is being undermined currently by the Auckland-hating government. Local boards have worked incredibly hard, and I must say, most have been effective advocates for their communities. This is despite the fact that the original legislation gave few express roles and responsibilities. The exact regulatory and non-regulatory powers were developed between the governing body and the local boards. The governing body was instructed in the Act to allocate responsibility for non-regulatory decision-making to local boards unless a region-wide approach was needed. According to Section 10 of the original Act, local boards were set up with the express purpose of enabling democratic decision-making on behalf of communities within the local board area and better enabling the promotion of social, economic, environmental and cultural well-beings of communities within the local board area in the present and in the future. And some people might remember these as the 4 well-beings that were stripped from the Local Government Act by this government earlier this year. So how are local boards to do that? Well, the transitional arrangements under Section 16 of the Act simply stated that the local boards were responsible for community engagement, preparing local board plans, monitoring the local board agreement with the governing body.
I'm sorry to interrupt the Honourable Member. Honourable Members, the time has come for me to leave the Chair and the House. This sitting of the People's House is suspended, and I shall resume the Chair at 9 a.m. tomorrow, the 6th of June 2013, for the extended sitting. Haere rā, kakati anō, ho marui, good night.